Okay, so you've probably heard the term AI agents being thrown around, right? It's one of the most hyped up phrases in tech. But let's be honest, it's also one of the most confusing. What are they? Are they robots? Are they going to take over? Well, let's just cut through all that noise and figure out what's really going on here.
So, here's the plan. We're going to break it all down step by step. First, we'll nail down what an AI agent actually is. Then, we'll dive into the 4 core patterns for building them. After that, we'll look at how to build an entire crew of agents. We'll even see a real-world example you can build with zero code. And finally, we'll talk about why this might just be the biggest shift in software we've seen in a very, very long time.
All right, so to really get what an AI agent is, it's actually way easier to start with what it's not. And honestly, the answer might surprise you because it's probably how you're using AI right now.
So what is the secret sauce? What's that magic ingredient that takes a simple AI command and turns it into a full-blown agent? Well, it really all boils down to one huge difference in how they work.
Think of it this way. Most of the AI you use today works in a straight line. You give it a prompt and boom, you get one output back. End of story. An agent, on the other hand, works in a loop. It thinks, it researches, it creates a draft, and then, and this is the absolute game changer, it looks at its own work and revises it. It repeats that cycle over and over to get a better result. It's the difference between a one-off command and an actual thought process.
Now, to be super clear, we are not talking about Jarvis from Iron Man here, at least not yet. Right now, the real focus is on building these agentic workflows. These are systems that have parts that can work on their own, but they aren't completely independent. Think of it as a crucial middle step.
Luckily, we don't have to figure all this out from scratch. AI pioneer Andrew Ng has laid out a brilliant framework. He's identified 4 design patterns that are pretty much universally accepted for building agents. This is the foundation for almost everything cool happening in this space.
And to make this super easy to remember, we've got a slightly ridiculous but very helpful little mnemonic for you. Red turtles paint murals. Yeah, it sounds silly, I know, but trust me, it'll help lock these ideas in your brain as we go through them.
So here's how it works. Red is for reflection. That's the AI critiquing its own work. Turtles is for tool use. This is where you give the AI access to things like a web browser or your calendar. Paint is for planning. The AI figures out the steps it needs to take to get a job done. And finally, Murals is for multi-agent systems, where you literally have a team of different AIs working together on one big project.
That last pattern, the multi-agent system, that's where things start to get really fascinating. We're moving beyond just one AI doing a task. We're talking about building entire AI crews, almost like a little company, where every agent has its own specific job.
But every crew is made up of individuals, right? And every big AI system is made of single agents. Each one has 4 key parts: a specific task it needs to do, the answer you want it to produce, the language model that's its brain, and the set of tools it can use to get the job done.
And of course, you guessed it, we've got another mnemonic to help you remember this one. Tired alpacas mix tea. It's kind of out there, but it works. Task, answer, model, and tools. That's the basic recipe for every single agent you'll ever build.
So how do these agents actually work together? Well, there are 3 main ways. The first is sequential, which is basically an assembly line. One agent does its part and passes the work to the next. Then there's hierarchical, where you have a manager agent that delegates smaller tasks to specialist agents. And finally, hybrid systems, which mix and match these with feedback loops. And that's what you need for really complex stuff, like self-driving cars.
Okay, that's enough theory for now. Let's make this feel real. We're going to look at how you can build a surprisingly powerful personal assistant using these exact ideas, but without having to write a single line of code. Pretty cool, right?
So here's how it would work. It all kicks off when you send a message on an app like Telegram. If it's a voice note, it gets turned into text. That text then shoots over to our AI agent. The agent uses its tools, in this case your Google Calendar, to check your schedule or maybe add a new event. And then finally, it sends a smart reply right back to you on Telegram. It's simple, it's elegant, and it's incredibly powerful.
I mean, just stop and think about that for a second. This simple workflow creates an assistant that can understand what you need to get done, check your calendar to see what you've already got going on, and then intelligently book new things for you. This isn't just a chatbot, it's a real productivity partner.
All right, now let's zoom all the way out. That no-code assistant we just talked about, that's just a tiny little taste of what's coming. The real story here, the big picture, is the absolutely massive opportunity that AI agents represent for the future of all software.
And look, if you need any more proof, just listen to this quote from Y Combinator, one of the most famous startup accelerators in the world. They're predicting that for every single software as a service company out there, think about every app you pay for, there will eventually be an AI agent company that competes with it. That's huge.
Just look at this list of names: Adobe, Salesforce, Canva. Now imagine an AI agent that doesn't just give you the tools to design something in Canva, but actually designs it for you based on a simple conversation. Or an agent that doesn't just store your customer data in Salesforce, but actively goes out and finds new customers for you. That's the incredible shift we're talking about.
And that all brings us to one final powerful question. It's not a matter of if agents are going to reinvent software, it's a matter of what software they're going to reinvent next. From our personal assistants to the core of how businesses run, this agentic way of doing things is about to change everything. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it?